We are live and ready to go.
Okay.
Life is good because we have music, so why don't we just sing all the time? We may be different, we make mistakes, and sometimes we give and sometimes we take, but each day we learn and each day we thrive. But most of all, life is good because we're alive. Sweet as candy, sweet as family, sweet as apple pie. Good times and bad times, sad times and mad times, young, wild and free, it's good to be me. Life is good because we have music, so why don't we just sing all the time? We may be different, we make mistakes, and sometimes we give and sometimes we take, but each day we learn and each day we thrive. But most of all, life is good because we're alive. Making new friends, keep the old friends, walking on a cloud. Let's have some fun till the day is done. Fireflies light up the night. Life is good because we have music, so why don't we just sing all the time? We may be different, we make mistakes, sometimes we give and sometimes we take, but each day we learn and each day we thrive. But most of all, life is good because we're most of all, life is good because we're most of all, life is good because we're alive.
Staring out my window, I'd dream of when I'd play at school, at home on holidays, but now no more today. And when the cherry blossoms bloom, there I'll be, stuck in my room all day. I'd reach out to hug you if I could only go outside. My teachers, classes, and my friends are all odds and ends. And the earth is spinning out of tune. Here I am, stuck in my room all day. And what will it be like that day when we're not 6 feet away? And when all this is over, I'll go outside and play, and everyone around the world will celebrate that day. And every song will sing in tune, and I won't be stuck in my room, stuck in my room. I won't be stuck in my room all day. All day.
reached the earth and the broken moon said goodbye. We all fell asleep and we all saw the sign. We gotta take care of the earth. It's the only one we've got, this big ball of dirt. If we all shine like stars and we all make a wish and we keep it in our hearts, our lives will be our art. Let the earth be our canvas, the diamond in our sky. Let love show the way, may our light always shine. The day the stars reached the earth and the broken moon said goodbye, we all fell asleep and we all saw the sign. We've gotta take care of the earth. It's the only one we've got, this big ball of dirt. If we were like the sun with fire in our eyes, we'd warm the soul of everyone and our hearts would beat as one. If we were close to the moon, but we had our own light, we'd be the candle in the night, the one that shines so bright. The broken moon said goodbye. We all fell asleep and we all saw the sign. We've gotta take care of the earth. It's the only one we've got, this big ball of dirt. The day the stars reached the earth and the broken moon said goodbye.
The beginning of the road is dark and frightening. We're going on a journey to reach enlightenment. This is for anyone who's ever been silenced. Peace is more than the absence of violence. A foundation made of empathy, a road paved with trust, support and understanding. It takes all of us to build this bridge to peace. We're starting today for a better tomorrow. We're moving toward a world where we're not trapped by sorrow. Our foes may oppose us, but we are strong. If we rise together, we can right what's wrong. A foundation made of empathy, a road paved with trust, support and understanding. It takes all of us to build this bridge to peace. Leave your judgments behind, your justice will be served. A foundation made of empathy, a road paved with trust, support and understanding. It takes all of us to build this bridge to peace. To build this bridge to peace. To build this bridge to peace.
Dead on arrival, dead on the ground.
nowhere to be found. It's in hibernation, taking a vacation, waiting for my vaccination to get my social life back, see my family and friends, get my life on track and happening again. I'm tired of wearing masks and sneezing into it. And when it comes to COVID-19, hey, we really blew it. Dead on arrival, dead on the ground. A social life is nowhere to be found. It's in hibernation, taking a vacation, waiting for my vaccination. Floating eyes are everywhere, staring here and staring there. Smiles out of sight, yearning for fresh air. Life's been muted for so long, praying for the time to come. There's nothing here that faith can't overcome. Dead on arrival, dead on the ground. My social life is nowhere to be found. It's in hibernation, taking a vacation, waiting for my vaccination. Social life is nowhere to be found. It's in hibernation, taking a vacation, waiting for my vaccination. Dead on arrival, dead on the ground. Dead on arrival, dead on the ground. Dead on arrival, dead on the ground. Dead on arrival.
Maybe by next year I'll be able to see your smile, I'll be able to see your frown. Maybe by then the world won't be turned upside down. Maybe we'll have a party, maybe things will be just fine. Maybe we can have it all if we just make it through this time. Maybe if we just imagine we could laugh about this year, be grateful for what we've got. Maybe our life will be better, maybe, maybe not. Perhaps the world will pull together and Rona will fade away. Maybe we'll be back in school and see each other.
Life is good because we have music, so why don't we just sing all the time? We may be different, we make mistakes, and sometimes we give and sometimes we take, but each day we learn and each day we thrive.
Welcome, everybody, to the frozen tundra of Virginia. We've been sort of iced in, and it's really cold here, so I hope some of you that are with us tonight are in warmer climates. But I have to tell you, Our artists tonight that are performing are going to warm us up. Our hearts are going to be full, and we're just going to be so filled with music, it won't matter. It just won't matter. So I want to welcome everybody, and I want to say a big shout out to our two amazing performing artists this evening. We have Patty Reese. Everyone say hi, wave. Woo. And we have a good friend of ours coming back again for another round with us. It's Jon Carroll will be joining us a little bit later today. Yay, Jon!
Hey, everybody.
Yeah.
Hey, John.
Hey,
So
thanks,
it's
you
very
guys.
exciting. So Patty, this is our first opportunity to meet with you. We sound check was awesome, and
It's all the way up. It's all the way up. Hold on.
Can you hear us?
Okay, I think that was someone in the audience.
Hey, Patty, you with us?
Oh, I'm here.
Okay, so hey, Patty, where are you? Where are you zooming from?
I am in the basement of Moofy Mansion. Which is located in Colesville, Maryland.
Oh, so you're cold too.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Okay.
My heart bleeds for you guys.
Yeah. So where are you, Jon?
Yeah, really.
I'm in Western Massachusetts.
Right.
It's warm there.
Just standing in the hallway waiting on the elevator makes fog come out of your head.
Well, I know that there is warmth in our future. I'm just not quite sure how quick it will arrive. But anyway,
Oh, it'll be here before you.
But on the first song, it'll be warm.
on the first song there, it's going to warm us up. So Patty's going to start us off. Tell us a little bit about the song you're going to perform, Patty.
This is a song I wrote for my my most recent release, I'll just say, called Let in the Sun. And this song is called Your Love. And it's, there's so many blues songs written by women beating up men, and I'm trying to change the course on that, make it nicer,
Okay.
because they wouldn't be hurt if something good didn't happen first, you know what I'm saying? So it's called Your Love. And this should warm you up. Your love is like a locomotive running down my track. Your love is like a holiday from which I won't be back. Your love is the surrender after the 30-year war. Your love is what keeps me coming back here for more. Your love's like holy water for my tired, thirsty soul. Your love is like the Mardi Gras, and you're my King Creole. Your love is like a suitcase of love letters from the past. I can't help think that this love is gonna last. Your love, ooh, your love. Your love is like a rock on which I could build my home. Your love is like a feather bed from which I'll never roam. Your love is like a hammer coming down hard on hate, like smooth country gravy flowing over my plate. Your love is in the honor of a good man's handshake. Your love is solid trust and everything is at stake. Your love is in the icing of a 5-tier wedding cake. Sweet, smooth, and creamy, you're my favorite mistake. Your love, ooh, your love. Uh-huh. Oh, ooh, yeah. Yeah. Your love is like a thoroughbred running on the inside track. Your love is king and queens and high-stakes blackjack. Your love is like a fire, cozy woman on a winter night, like a satisfied lover when she's had a heart's delight. Your love is like the tide, it might be gone, but it'll be back. I love your love in charge, you be the leader of my pack. Your love is in the quiet before the pistol cracks the race. It makes me feel like a winner. Please don't make me wait for your love. Ooh, your love. so glad I tried it. Yeah, I can't deny it. Oh, never gonna deny it. Oh, I can't get by it. Your love, your love, your love, your love, your love, your love. Oh, yeah. Your love.
All right. Oh, where's our applause, Paul?
Oh, here's our applause.
Oh, wow! That's incredible.
Wow.
Can't have a
Standing
single
ovation.
clap. It's always a standing ovation.
I have to
So-
hear that next time.
Yeah. So I have a question to ask you because I was reading up a little bit on you, and I understand that you have enough whammies to fill. This is described the largest pothole in DC.
I don't know. That might be. That might have to be amended. I think I have to win some more for that.
Yeah, the way it's going in DC, I'm sure you will. So how many, so there's a double whammy. I didn't know there was like a 17 whammy or something, but I guess if you're really in trouble, you got a 17 whammy.
Yeah, but she's had Album of the Year, Artist of the Year. You have a lot of awards,
It's
woman.
happening.
From the Whammies, they've been very, very good to me. The Whammies. The Washington community is just a wonderful, wonderful community. It really is. I didn't know that till I moved away, and then when I moved back, I was just so happy to have our music communities really pretty happening here in the DC area.
Yeah.
Don't you think, Brother John?
Most definitely. I did move away, and it was that I appreciate Washington all the more. I'm back and forth all the time.
Yeah.
Coming down
We're
this.
glad.
Yeah.
We're glad.
I was gonna say, Patty, it's like Kate Smith used to say about Broadway. You know, you could say about Washington. You know, Whammo. And the Whammies have been very good to Patty. But then again, Patty's been very good to the Whammies.
There you go.
John.
There you go. Well, folks, if you haven't figured it out already, John and Patty are good friends, have an amazing history together. So when did you all first meet?
I don't
It's
know.
been a long time ago. I don't think I recall the very first time. Do you, Patty?
Well, you wouldn't remember, but I remember I saw
Really
you with Jon Carroll and Metro down off of Florida Avenue, or somewhere down there in this little club. And I was like, man, this guy's the funkiest guy I've ever seen. He's so funky. So funky. That was the first time I saw you. But then I think I really got to really know you during the British Invasion show at Strathmore when we did that one, I think. But my memories, no, it's
Just
better
like
than
the
my
hang.
memories.
Yeah, I mean, like any performers, the opportunity to hang out are few and far between, unless unless you're touring together or something, and those Bandhouse gigs and Newmeyer Flyer shows that Ronnie and Chuck and Danny and Dude put together over the years, it's just been a real just a really great gift to everybody who knows each other, and you see each other in passing. Hey, how you doing? Oh yeah, we're playing. Oh, we're loading up. We're tearing down. We're going to the. Oh, well, it's good to see you.
Exactly.
And then you have time to actually hang out. I tell Ronnie now. I love playing with different people, and these shows are such wonderful opportunities to play with different people too. And everybody's learning songs that they haven't normally done, regularly, and you get to play with different people. And I tell Ronnie, thanks for having me play with so many different people, but this is it. I'm drawing the line here because I want to be able to see some of these people.
Exactly.
And it's so much fun, man. You just get to hang, and it's such it's neutral ground too. There's all these tales that I've heard, of egos and stuff that.
Not on our shows.
No, not really. You know, Washington is just way cool. I'm very, very happy to have dual citizenship. You know.
Yeah. We're happy too, John. We really are. It's so funny because a lot of people say, well, you know so-and-so, you play the same rooms all the time. I'm like, yeah, but when we're playing the same room, we're not there at the same time. So I've seen their name listed as upcoming or having had played here, but I don't know them because, you know, people assume that you play the same rooms, you know each other. It's like, we never see each other. We know, you know.
Yeah. And even on the road too, have you ever had this experience where you hear somebody's name for so long and you see, and you figure, you think they're like some veteran person that you're gonna run into, and of course, I guess we are now. I was just thinking, I used to think, who's the first person? Jerry Douglas in the 90s. And Paul, you ever work with Jerry Douglas?
Yeah, I have. He played on, he played on some Kid Pan Alley stuff, and I had one of the most amazing jam sessions one night when we were doing Kid Pan Alley Nashville. I was staying at Gary Nicholson's, and I made sushi for everybody, and Jerry was there, and Delbert McClinton, and Paul Brady, and Gary Nicholson, and I.
Wow.
We had an amazing evening of music that was all over the map.
Wow.
Jerry is just unbelievable.
Well, you know,
I
Paul,
met Gary Nicholson a long time ago with Danny Flowers back in the 80s.
well, I have to chime in because Sandy Kay wants us to know that it's boiling hot in Melbourne, Australia.
Now, are you in Melbourne, Sandy?
Now, I'm really excited.
What time is it in Melbourne?
I don't know, but we're really glad she's here.
Yeah, tell Melbourne. I said I love Melbourne.
So we're going to turn it over to you, John. What are you going to play for us?
I don't know. I'll do, let's see. Maybe strike a bit of a... Okay, so Melbourne's hot, but we were talking about being cold. For some reason, the scene that this tune paints is was in my head when I wrote it with a young couple and a baby that was deciding to go somewhere far away because that was where the jobs were. And this was around 2007. And I wrote this with my buddy Todd Wright. Hey, Todd, if you're out there, down in Virginia, down in Hamilton, Purcellville, Leesburg, Loudoun County. Okay, so this has a lick that I sometimes can play, sometimes I can't. But I'll give you a little instructional. Now you play it, so I don't have to. Don't waste those cornflakes. Don't let out the heat. Shh. Don't wake up the baby. She's gonna wanna eat. Warm up that bottle. There's still a little left in it. Gonna be to your father's in about 20 minutes. Ain't no use running from whatever weather comes. It's all around and it's bound to be breaking. And when it does, you'll see that sunny side of me, yeah. And hear the promise I'm making. There's still a few new shortcuts worth taking while we're sailing into tomorrow with no map to follow. I'll be staying right by your side, baby, into and out of the storm. Yeah. All right. Straight into the next turn. This arrow's pointing Left the rest to the experts. Yes, sir, this mess sure could have been avoided. We shall guide each other. Brand new life with us. Gonna be to your brothers by tomorrow night if luck runs with us. Ain't no use looking back at what we used to have. The tide is high, but the shore's getting nearer. And when we're there, you'll see me rowing merrily, yeah. See the coast getting clearer. We're so much closer than ghosts in the mirror while we're sailing into tomorrow with no map to follow. I'll be staying right by your side, baby, into and out of the storm. Ooh. We're sailing into a hurricane, strapped to the mast, it's coming in fast. My baby's just a little rain. Hold on to my hand, I'll hold on to your heart. Don't let go of this wheel, and we'll be sailing into tomorrow with no map to follow. I'll be staying right by your side, baby, into and out of the storm. Sailing into tomorrow, you're the only map I'll follow, honey. Stay here right by my side, baby, into and out of the storm. Please. Into and out of the storm. Stay with me, stay with me, stay with me, honey. Into and out of the storm. Stay with me, darling. Into and out of the storm.
Well, John.
Oh man, I would love to be sailing. Oh, that
As
is
long as it's warmer than it is here.
Exactly.
absolutely.
Don't
Man,
wait for
you,
cornflakes. Don't let out the heat. Keep that window
I was
up.
going to say,
Cold
but
outside.
you nailed that lick. It was just
No, I
awesome.
didn't, but thank you.
Oh no, okay, well.
Well,
I wrote it. Someone else could play it better.
Hey, shout out to
you
Patrick.
wounded it.
So, you know, we're all enjoying ourselves so much, but I also want everyone to know that tonight we have our tip jar open, and we hope that as you are enjoying the great music and the banter and the stories, that you'll remember to be generous. The tip jar helps to, we actually divide it up between the artists performing this evening. It's a wonderful way to express your thank you when you can't see them in person, and give them that big round of applause. So
It's
please.
very, very nice of you guys. Thanks for having me and Patty, and thanks everybody for tuning in.
Yeah,
This is-
absolutely.
We're not going anywhere yet. Don't sign
Come
up.
hang. Hey, no, we haven't left yet. It's like the waiter that comes and says, "Oh, come back and see us. We haven't left yet."
Yeah, we haven't had dessert. Come on.
You know, and it's such a joy working with you, John. You've been on some of our Kid Pan Alley albums, and there are two people who I just think are the two greatest harmony singers in the world, and it's you and Issei Barnwell. And I've been blessed to get to work with both of you a lot, and so I really appreciate
Oh,
it.
you are such a force, man. It's so much fun to. I had such a good time that day down in Virginia at
We'll do some
the
more.
Arts Colony.
Yeah,
Yeah.
at the Artist College, that's
We
right.
have to do more. We have to get Patty in on that deal.
Yeah.
Indeed.
You know. So, Paul, tell everyone the story behind "Behold the Golden Wall."
Oh, behold the garden wall.
The
yeah.
Garden Wall. It is the
The
Golden Wall.
Golden Wall. So this is a song I wrote quite some time ago with my friend Charles John Quarto, who you may know, John. Do you know him?
Yeah, we've met.
Okay. Charles is master of the Crystal Kingdom and one of the most unique people in Nashville, I'd have to say. He wonderful writer. He channels it. And so like when we're arguing about a lyric or something like that, he always wins because he says, well, Michael the Archangel likes it. So what the hell can I say if Michael the Archangel likes it, you know?
I guess that's one way to win an argument, right?
Yeah. This is one we recorded on, had a band called 1,000 Questions with Howard Levy. And this was on that album. Howard played the most amazing harmonica solo before the whole thing started. Anyway, they say a rose blossoms every time a tear falls. If you want to know how I'm doing, behold the garden wall.
They say a rose blossoms every time a tear falls. If you want to know how I'm doing, behold the garden wall. They say the rose blossoms every time a tear falls.
Cheryl, you know,
I think you're in the wrong key.
Yeah, I know that was pretty low for
That was
you
pretty
because
low.
I forgot. Oh, I'm
Let's
so
try
sorry.
that again.
So sorry about that.
You know, like you say, I do have a low range, but not that
Not
low.
low. No, you say I wouldn't have any trouble with that. But
Thank you. It just,
yeah, no, Issa can sing the low notes.
oh, she can sing.
I remember we were working on a Beth Nielsen Chapman album one time, and she had the Fairfield Four and the bass singer of the Fairfield Four, and Issei could sing lower than the bass singer in the Fairfield Four. And he got really pissed off, and he went outside. I got to go have a cigarette. I can't have some woman singing lower than me.
Well, that was too low for me. Let's try that again.
Okay, sorry about that.
That's all right. That sounds better. They say a rose blossoms every time a tear falls. If you want to know how I'm doing, behold the garden wall. They say a rose blossoms every time a tear falls. If you want to know how I'm doing, behold the garden wall. This was a chapel, the Lady of the Pines, built of fallen timber over 3 summer times. There was a stable where the pony used to play. I ride across the mountains when I had to get away. They say a rose blossoms every time a tear falls. If you want to know how I'm doing, behold the garden wall. They say a rose blossoms every time a tear falls. If you want to know how I'm doing, behold the garden wall. There is the cabin where we dreamed away the day. Now the door is off its hinges and the roof is given way. There is a river that I told you about, just hoping the blues would find their own way out. They say a rose blossoms every time a tear falls. If you want to know how I'm doing, well, now you know it all. Behold the garden wall. Behold Finally in the right key.
Oh, yeah.
It's always, you know, it's always fun because, you know, during the week we'll sit down and Paul will say, okay, well, what are we gonna perform, and then we practice and
We dust out some old
we
things
dust
that
out
we
some
haven't
old
done
things. And
in many, many, many years.
well, you have such a library, Paul.
Well,
I mean-
I've been doing it for a long time.
Oh, I mean, you have so
They
many
add up,
songs.
don't they?
They
They add
do.
up. They add up.
They add
I got lots of children's.
All right, so we're gonna swing back around. Patty, I know you've been sitting there just waiting. What are you gonna play for us?
Oh, you're muted, I think, Patty. If you're talking, we can't hear you.
The host would like to unmute me. All right, there.
There you
So,
are.
I know. I saw this emoji the other day with a big circle and a microphone on it and said, "You're muted." It's like,
I got to get me one of those emojis.
I don't think that's common. So anyway, this next song I wrote some years ago, a few albums ago, and it was based on an experience I had. A friend of mine who didn't live near her grandfather, but he had been taken advantage of financially by someone that was cleaning his house or whatever. And he was really old, and they were getting ready to sell the house, so they asked me if I would go over there and help him out and clean out the house. And he was such a cool dude, and he was like one of the, you know, founders of like National Geographic, and the house is full of cool stuff, and he was so cool. And he was married to a reporter, and she had been gone for quite a while. She had passed away, and he was just kind of miserable about that. And, you know, going through all his stuff was really fascinating. And I remember I found this one thing. I thought it was just the weirdest hanger I'd ever seen in my life. And I kept holding it up and like, what is this? It was strange. And it was like, this is how long it'd been since someone been in that basement. It was a dead squirrel. But the tail was turned out like, what was that hanger? I was like,
Oh my gosh.
Oh, Lord.
I know, right? But the song's not about the dead squirrel hanger. But anyway, this man inspired this song. He was just a great guy, and his name wasn't Henry either, but he was very sophisticated, but very down to earth. Just a sweetheart. Well, Henry lost his girl of 47 years. All of his memories, they melted with his tears. He prayed to God, please tell me why things had to go this way. I've done everything you've asked of me, please bring her back today. And God said, oh, Henry, watch what you say. Oh, Henry, well, I tell you she's okay, and you ought to know that she got a brand new halo. She got two shiny wings of gold, and you can dance and sing and hold her hand. Oh, Henry. Henry wasn't satisfied. He didn't like the deal. He said, come on, God, this isn't fair. I tell you how I feel. I'll love her up most anything. I'll beg, borrow, and steal. My heart is broke, my mind's a mess, since you laid that girl to rest. And God said, oh, Henry, watch what you say. Oh, Henry, I tell you she's okay, and now you should know that she got a brand new halo. She got two shiny wings of gold, and you can dance and sing Well, God thought it over and things started to unfold. He saw a life of sacrifice and good deeds gone untold. You lived a good life, Henry, you've earned these wings of gold. So dry your tears and say goodbye and hello to your girl. And God said, oh, Henry, well, it's nice to meet you. Oh, Henry, well, she wants to see you, and now you can know that you've got a brand new halo. You've got two shiny wings of gold, and you can dance and sing and hold a hand because you've got a brand new halo. You've got two shiny wings of gold, and you can dance and sing and hold a hand. Oh, Henry, Henry, whoa, whoa, Henry, Henry.
Oh, Henry.
Great, Patty. Henry.
I love it.
Yeah, me too. Fantastic. Well, we've got a lot of great friends out in the audience tonight. I just want to say hey to some of our dear friends from around here, and some of our board members are in here also. Our board president, Doug Himberger, our executive director, Jen Jacobson, and also John and Tracy Jackman, some of our best friends.
Yep, absolutely.
So welcome to them, and thank you for being here with us. And I think we ought to have some sort of contest tonight, because we have two of the most prominent jurists in the country in watching tonight. Judge William Webster and his wife Linda, who live right across the street from us, and Judge David Tatel and his wife Edie, who are also neighbors of ours. So I think they should, we'll have a vote or something. You got to do something when you've got people like that out there.
At least write an opinion.
Write an opinion,
No,
yeah.
no, this is their
David,
this is
write an
their
opinion
downtime.
for us. Yeah, okay.
They want to relax and enjoy. Who else is with us?
Good.
Paul?
Dear friend Deezy Campbell, my cousin Jeff Green, neighbors John Toll, and let's see. Oh, and your parents are out there,
My mom and dad.
Gary and Betty.
Oh, wow.
Hi.
Oh, that'll make you nervous.
Yeah. And then our friend from New Hampshire, who we did a Kid Pan Alley residency for her school last year, and then she's just become one of our best friends. Came out to Rocky Mountain Song School and studied with us, Pam Felber. And in fact, we're going to be back at Pam's school week after next. So welcome to them, to Storm, Jim in Virginia, and hello everybody else, as they used to say on the Howdy Doody show.
No,
I'm
we're-
Miss Connie. I see Paul. Remember Romper Room?
Yeah, I know.
Yes,
What
I
is it
remember.
that, that magic wand that I see, But no, we're just so happy that you're with us tonight. It means a lot to us, and we're just so excited to share. I mean, this is fantastic.
Yep.
Patty and John, oh my gosh,
man.
you're rocking it out for us.
Can I say hi to some people?
Oh,
Oh,
sure.
sure.
Was
better.
that Pat, our friend Patrick Snyder's in Texas? He's watching. And our pastor, Kent, Reverend Kent, he's online. And Demi, one of our singers in the Bandhouse Gig shows and the Newmeyer Flyer show. She's a fantastic vocalist.
Wonderful.
And who else, John? I don't have my glasses on.
I see Edward O'Connell is there. He's hanging, and I'm coming down to play on his record
you
next few
now?
weeks. Yes, indeed. Looking forward to that.
Awesome.
And just finished playing a bunch of tracks for John McCutcheon's next record.
Awesome.
Paul, I know he's a mutual friend of all ours.
Yep. In fact, I think that's where I first met you. I was producing records for John. I records for
I
him.
think you're right. Yeah.
Oh, Mrs. Carroll's online. Hi,
At,
Meredith.
oh, that Mrs. Carroll. Ooh, that makes me really nervous.
Now you're nervous.
I'm really nervous. And I see our friend up here, who's a wonderful singer and just a dear friend and a dear heart. Katie Shaw is out there. Watch it. Hi, Katie.
Katie said, hi, John.
Katie were here, she'd be singing something with me. It would be great. I love singing with her. Every now and then you find somebody. Patty, you know those people, you start singing with them, it's like, wow, it's like you've been singing with them all your life.
That's
your
sweet.
sister
man.
or
That's
brother.
sweet when
Yeah,
that
it's kind
happens,
of,
yeah.
it's a
That's
tricky
magic.
thing, but when it's there, it just kind of,
Yeah,
great.
there's no denying that.
Revere it.
Amazing. Well, we're so glad everyone's with us, and you know it's time, John. Tell them what you're going to play.
Let's see. Here's a song that I've really never done live. I actually played it with a band that I shared a bill with last month, or month before last. We were down at in Easton, Maryland, at the Avalon Theater, and the G Method. Guthrie Matthews, who I met through. We are fellow supporters of a podcast called Stand Up with Pete Dominick, which is a daily podcast, and I really don't mind promoting that. I've always been sort of a non-promoty kind of a person. It's like I like things that are products of attraction rather than promotion, you know. And that's why I was listening to Pete's show when he was on Sirius XM, 2010 or even earlier, and he left there a year or so ago, and now he does a podcast, and he's just one of these people. He's just a normal stand-up comedian goober of a guy who's very interested in a lot of different subjects, and he has folks on his show that are, dare I say it, people have a knee-jerk reaction, but there are such things as experts, damn it. They whether it's with the ecology or politics, foreign policy, domestic policy, energy policy, folks who have a lot of knowledge about certain things, and it's a wonderful show. And when he went from his regular satellite broadcast show to a podcast that's funded through Patreon supporters, I just sort of got it in my head that I wanted to write a song, not necessarily for him or the show, even though it became the theme song of the show, and that's more or less my point exactly, which is certain things sort of transcend the market. And I think one of those things is being informed and staying knowledgeable about things that matter to us all. And so I wrote this song actually at the behest of my wife, Mrs. Carroll. She said, why don't you write a kind of a call and response protest song? And that was the idea of this, but it wasn't, I don't know if it is that or not, but it goes like this. The show is called Stand Up with Pete Dominick, and this is the theme song of it, which is my gift to the show. Stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up. Oh, when the tyrants taunt you and the sirens tease, you better stand up, stand up, and let the brave beat the challenge, let the meek weak flee. Oh, you better stand up. When tired of begging, saying pretty please, that's the time you gotta finally get up off of your knees. When you can't see the forest for the burning trees, you got to stand up. Hey, when you've been sitting so strong, you got the creaky knees, you got to stand up, stand up. I think your driving wheels been leaking grease, boy, you better stand up. Well, there's a whole lot more of us who know what's right. They'll go right on ignoring us if we keep sitting tight. You got to open up the window to let in some light. You got to stand up now. You got to rise up. You got to stand up. You got to stare the devil straight in the eye. You got to let him know it's his time to go and see it clear when all you hear is a lie. Get off of your butt, get down off of the fence, even if it ain't a very friendly audience. They'll begin to listen when you start making sense and you stand up. No need to point your rifle to defend your town, just stand up. You know they can't deny you what you're laying down, boy, you better stand up. Show your face of every color, black, yellow, and brown. It's the place for every lost child to finally be found. There's only one thing to do before we stand our ground, and that's stand up. Oh yeah, you got to stand up. You got to stand up. Tell the devil straight in the eye. Well, the founding fathers saw a land for all. Stand up. They had a keen imagination for a crystal ball, drawing all the plans up. But all they had to go on was the time they were in, with other causes for laws and sins that weren't even sin. They knew the change was gonna come before the change could begin. They had to stand up. Oh yeah, you have to stand up. You got to reach up and change every way you know how. Don't be told, so you got to show up. Say, well, it's time to do it good now. So get up off of your butt, get down off of your fence, even if it ain't a very friendly audience. Well, they'll begin to listen when you start making sense and you stand up. You got to stand up. Why you lying awake, wondering where the money all went? It'll be the cost of freedom that'll go unspent. Or you can see him flee the scene of that experiment when you stand up. Oh yeah, you got to speak up. You got to reach up and raise your voice in every way you know how. Don't be told, so you got to show up. Ain't no better time to do it than now. No need to pledge allegiance to no wanting tribe. Rise up and show obedience to the voice inside. And listen well, and it'll tell you not to run and hide. It says to stand up. Ooh yeah, you got to stand up. Ooh, come on, just stand up. Everybody got to stand up in the midnight hour. Stand up, the people got the power. Stand up while there's time. Stand up, use your mind. Stand up. Ooh, stand up. Stand up.
I think we were all wanting to stand up, but then all of a sudden you can't see our heads, you know, on Zoom. If you stand up and you're kind of moving around and dancing.
You got to bang your head in the Zoom.
Oh my gosh, it's so hard to sit still. It's wonderful, John. I mean, John, how many songs have you written?
I don't know.
Rough ball estimate, rough guess.
Oh, there's some folks, I don't know, there's so many different types of songwriters, and writers, and I just kind of like writing. I'm not a real disciplined everyday writer, even though I would like to be, you know, because I think that that's how so many folks write so many songs. Some folks that would say, "Oh, he's written thousands of songs." I say, "Yeah, no, I've written like 5,000 songs. It's just 1,000 of them are the ones that were worth finishing." You gotta write bad songs to write good songs. So I write a lot of bad songs that you never hear, and then the ones that make it across the threshold. So I always sort of feel inspired by Randy Newman, Randy Newman. And I'm not comparing myself to him or likening myself to him, but he's an arranger and a composer, and he did records, and he writes. I sort of write songs regardless of being expected to write songs, but I'm very lucky because my day job is music, all different types of music, and playing with all different types of people, and working on so many different types of projects with folks that I'm so lucky to have them want me included. And so a lot of times that sort of feels like my plate is full when you're in the middle of a project, whether it's a soundtrack or working on someone else's record, or you kind of feel like working on something else somehow dilutes those efforts or the integrity of that project. I think what it is that I'm saying, it's really hard for me to work on a lot of different things at the same time. So when I finish a project for someone else, that's usually the time where all of the it's like the children riding in the back seat. They start needing to get to the McDonald's and use the bathroom.
I know what you mean.
No, I do.
That's when you write the songs, right, Paul? You just kind of, it's like, oh, great, I can finish this song and not worry that it's taking time away from this other thing that I should be working on.
Pressure's off.
That's one of the things. Yeah, it's like touring is such a huge. I was always been envious of those guys on tours that manage to maintain their other creative life. It's just so hard when you're on the road and you're doing this. I remember when I first started doing it a lot, like after Starland really didn't tour all that much, and when we did, it was our thing, so we all felt like it was our thing, because it was. But touring with Mary Chapin Carpenter for years and years, and I remember when I first started doing that, people say, "How is that doing those tours with Mary Chapin?" And I thought, it's great. I'm very grateful to be doing it, but it's also there's aspects of it, and I don't mean to take anything away. But I'm so lucky to work with brilliant songwriter, and I've worked with some greats, and she's definitely such a top drawer writer. But the actual drill of being on the road and playing those songs every night, it's wonderful being with the band and you're playing a show, and it's a magical experience to feel in a room real souls shifting, and that's a wonderful thing. But that's the deep part of it. Everything else around it is extremely one-dimensional.
Yeah.
Right? And it's really hard to sort of just take a breath on one of those days off where it's like, oh, this is great, I can work on this thing, But then you realize, no, I can't work on this thing because I'm in this town in England that's known for making feather boas. I want to go to the factory and see.
Okay.
Get the benefit of travel.
Feather boa.
Travel is such a blessing to be able to travel, and I've really just enjoyed that immensely, being able to go different places. And when you have time to be in these places, you want to take the time to do it. I've spoken too much now.
Oh no! But we do want you to go find a boa while we're getting ready for our next spring.
There's a place up near Broadway. It's actually in a Joseph Mitchell book, a Joseph Mitchell story called The Pickle Factory, and they're talking about one of the places that they made the fans for the fan dancers in the 20s and 30s. There's one
Very
place
cool.
that made
Well, I don't think we have any of those out here in Little Washington, but
No, we don't.
but I do want to give a shout
one
out
right
very
here.
quickly. Okay, yeah, you got to go
go
get
get
it. Tony, Christine, Demetra, Renee, thank you so much for your generous donations. We hope that the rest of you will continue to be enjoying the concert this evening and be generous and make a donation to our tip jar. But right now, I have the honor to introduce an amazing musician, artist, record producer. I don't know, you've kind of done it
Husband.
all. Husband, you've kind of done it all, Paul.
I've done a lot of things.
The whole package.
Yeah, so why don't you tell them what you're
Okay.
going to play?
Okay, so let's see, what am I? Oh, let me clip on. So I'm going to play one of my instrumental pieces. This is a piece I wrote for a play. I was married to Julie Portman, my late wife, and she was an Obie Award-winning playwright, actress, and director. And she wrote a bunch of plays, and I wrote the music for them, and this was one about her father. And her father, it was called How Dad Created the World, and this is the piece I wrote for How Dad Created the World. And speaking of dobro players, when we were talking about Jerry Douglas, I was thinking Jerry played on this, but it was actually Mike Aldridge, who was the other amazing dobro player in the world. Okay.
All right, Paul. Wow.
Well, let me get back to.
Lovely.
Thank you. Let me get Cheryl back in
Yeah,
the picture here.
There we go. Thank you. I
Didn't
had a
want
guitar in my
Guitar in
face.
your face.
That's not the first
Oh,
time.
actually, I've got to go back to live mode here. There we go.
Okay. Are we live?
Okay, now
There
we got
go.
you back.
Now you got me back.
Too many buttons, too many knobs.
Well, there's so much that goes on behind the scenes. We are so grateful to have Ryan, who's up there, who helps us with all of our sound checks. And this big round of applause for Ryan. Yeah, yeah, Ryan. So if you can imagine 4 or 5 screens and lots of buttons, and press this and don't forget to press that, and you keep it together, Paul.
I keep it together mostly. But
Mostly.
Mostly, and then there are times when it's a complete disaster. But that's, that's part of
live.
making it up as we go along. And
That's
that's
live.
what we learn to do. That's the Kid Pan Alley way. Make it up as we go along. Oh, and I want to say hi to my friend Tony. I see him on my screen right now. Hey there,
Hey, Tony.
Glad you're with us. And
This is
Tony
in
said,
stereo.
thanks to all of you. Great to have you in our living room.
That's wonderful. So we're going to swing back, and Patty, I can't wait to hear what you're going to sing next.
Woo! All right. I want to say hi to Ed, too. I saw Ed on there. And also hi to all our friends on Facebook and YouTube. We can't see you guys, so we're not ignoring you by not saying hi directly, like saying your name, because I can't see it. Otherwise
Because
I
if you
would.
were here and we could hear you, you'd be saying all kinds of crap to us. So stay
That might be
on
true.
the firewall.
So this song, it's the Songwriters Guild of America, and my buddy Fred Cannon down in Nashville invited me to come play at the Walter Reed Army Hospital for our soldiers. And this next song I wrote was inspired by that whole experience. What I didn't know was that, that people's families come from all over the country and stay with their loved ones while they're recuperating. And so there were people from all over the country that were just in town staying, there with their loved ones. And I was very moved by that. And basically I wrote a song about saying goodbye and how when you don't know, if you have a job like that where you're in mortal danger and you don't know when you're going to come home or how you're going to come home. So it's basically about saying goodbye and making it a good one, because you just don't know. And I dedicated this to the men and women in our armed forces and their families, in gratitude for their sacrifice and their service, because it's a lot. It's a lot. And I really learned that being there, visiting the soldiers who couldn't come to the show. That was very important. Last call for alcohol, last call for love, last chance to say goodbye. Kiss me, my sweet, last chance to sway that girl to that smoky beat. Let's call for alcohol, let's call for love. But it's there last night before he's off to war. Yeah, he's seen these teardrops fall before. Hey girl, I'm gonna be alright. When I come home, I'll love you every night. So right now, come with me here out on this dance floor. I'll hold you tight. It's last call for alcohol, last call for love, last chance to say goodbye. Kiss me, my sweet, last chance to sway that girl to that smoky beat. Let's call for last call for love. We get just one chance to go around this great big world. Yeah, you just don't know when it's your number coming up. It's time to pause and make your mark. This might be your last chance to give your heart. The best we leave behind is the love we give. So let it shine. This last call for alcohol. Last call for love. Last chance to say goodbye. Kiss me, my sweet. Last chance to sway that girl to that smoky beat. Last call for alcohol. Last call for love. So you like it, Lord, with a shot of whiskey. Batten down the hatches of this heart. 'Cause here comes the hardest part. Farewell, my love. Well, it's time to pour. Let's go for alcohol. Let's call for love. Last chance to say goodbye. Kiss me, my sweet. Last chance to sway that girl to that smoky beat. Last call for alcohol. Last call for love. Last call for alcohol. Last call for love.
Wow.
That applause is shocking. It's also in a movie called Last Call at Mary's, which my friend Donna, who's watching, her and Linda Palmer, I got to thank for that. So
Cool.
You know, I so applaud the work, that you do, because it's really, music is a way to heal the soul. It's a way to say things that sometimes you just don't have the words to say, and it comes out through a song. And so, I think we all know about Last Call for Alcohol, but it's you're right. You just never know when your time is, and so we just have to be present. Always.
Okay.
Always be
Always.
present. That was beautiful.
Yes, thank
Love
you.
it. Thank you.
Patty.
And man, when you held that note, we're all like going,
Yeah.
oh!
Yeah, like I did like 6 or 7 yoga breaths while you were holding that one note.
Gee, Minnie, girl. Woo! Oh my gosh. All right, John, you're going to have to do something. Do you have that boa?
Yeah, I'm sitting on it.
he's got that monkey. He's got that monkey back there.
A monkey.
The IV.
Monkey holding an IV. His name
What
is
are you going to
IV.
play for us, John?
His name is IV. Well, that was lovely, Patty. I was gonna, we lost Meatloaf,
Oh yeah.
and I thought maybe Patty and I could forsake the rest of our set so we could do our web version, duet version of Paradise by Dashboard
Before you
Light.
go any further, do you love me?
Oh my gosh.
So good, it never felt so right. Glowing like the sun on the edge of a night. No? Okay.
Everybody,
So
everybody would be singing with you because that is like the iconic song, you know.
oh man,
Wow.
he was amazing. He just amazing. And Jim Steinman, who did those records, was amazing. He basically put that whole thing together, and what a cast, right? So other things that music is good for is having songs that kind of mobilize people, hopefully mobilize people. Like so many others, I really haven't been escaping into music as much as being welcomed by music as a tool that I can use to perhaps shine light on some things. But this is a brand new song that's actually not entirely finished, and I'm probably not being supremely appropriate by even playing it, because I'm writing it with a friend of mine, Pamela Means, who really kind of started this. She came over and we sat here in this is my studio, and what I'd like to do with this song is perform it live with the full band here live, just like this, somehow, and things loosen up. As you see, we got room for audience members back there, and we've done a couple of shows before everybody was told to go home. But this was a tune that we wrote after really just talking about our frustration, my frustration, with the fact that we perhaps can't rely on a high moral horse to ride us out of the troubles that we face. My point being that if we find ourselves making decisions not to say something, make a decision not to do something, not to make waves or do something perhaps inappropriate that might lose a friend or lose a job or perhaps put a family member or ourselves in danger, at a certain point, that's not enough reason not to be intimidated and chilled by intimidating forces. And I guess that's all I got to say about that. We have folks that are being very, very bold and that are emboldened, and we have to be emboldened too. So we have heroes to look to that put themselves in harm's way, and that's what this song's about. And thank you, Pamela Means, for bringing this idea to me, and there's some nice lines, and it took a while to dig into this one, but this is an ode to our heroes. Freedom drivers wrote their wills while riding down to Dixie, risking life and limb, broke, torn, injustice. They're the last tools left to fix it. So sit yourself down there in their seat and greet this beat we're in. And now we can begin. I want to be the monument to their bravery, not adding better to thievery. The reason why Confederates favor slavery, the greedy need must be fulfilled. We gotta bring them all down from the pedestal. We got our own humble heroes who've risked it all. And now we can begin, 'cause it's a new play today. We go high, we go low, we go high, on a different plane today. Go high, we go low, we go high, and we will never be shamed away. Well, can't you hear the echoing of their footsteps? from Portland all the way to Minneapolis, from the shores of San Diego to Annapolis. We gotta meet in this street we're in. Well, the men in wigs didn't have a plan for this, but that was then, and you know now they wouldn't stand for this. Gotta stir up the hate obsessively. They've been stirring up the hate obsessively. We gotta dedicate the faith progressively. Aggressively, yes indeed. And then we shall begin, 'cause it's a new play today. Go high or go low or go high, we're on a different plane today. Go high or go low or go high, 'cause we will never be shamed away. We can begin. Now we can begin. We gotta bend the arc a little more toward our way if we ever wanna hope to see a brighter ray of hope tomorrow. No, not some far off wind. True justice must be trust, my friend. We gotta bend the arc a little more toward our way if we ever wanna hope to see a brighter ray of hope tomorrow. No, not some far off wind. True justice must be thus, my friend. Not tomorrow, not tomorrow, but today, 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 today. We got to follow in the footsteps. Today, 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 today. We got to follow in the footsteps now. Ooh, ooh, ooh. The freedom drivers rode their wheels while riding down to Dixie, risking life and limb, broke toward injustice. They're the last tools left to fix it, fix it. So set yourself down there in their seat and greet this street we're in. That's how we shall begin.
What a song, John.
Wow.
Incredible.
Absolutely. You know, going high, trying to not go low, and
You gotta do, you gotta go. You gotta just go.
You gotta go.
You
And I
just
think,
gotta go.
you know, we can endure so much. I think sometimes we forget what our parents and our grandparents have endured, and we've just got to be brave. You know, we've got to be brave, and we've got to say our truth, always, always. So,
Yeah, just you know, we're in a position of being. There's more of us. There's more of us who are fair-minded, and more of us who are, begging your pardon, clear-minded, to the effect where there are points to be made, and there's territory to hold, and there's more of us to do it. In the 60s, it was there was a lot of bravery in the streets, and with the activism that's happened in the past 4 or 5 years, it's very necessary. But I really do believe that we need to get a little bit more vulnerable.
well, thank you.
thank you,
That
John.
song just
Yeah,
put
that
it
killed
right
me.
there.
Beautiful.
And
Thank you.
I have to throw my heart out and say thank you to David and Jim, Bob, Pam, Patrick, Tracy, Michael, Ava, Gail, Edie, and Suzanne for your generosity. You know, we still, even though a lot of things opened and then a lot of things shut down, for musicians and their opportunity to perform and earn a livelihood, it's still really difficult. And so your generosity tonight in that tip jar will help Jon and will help Patty, and it's just what a joyous way to say thank you for the amazing music that they performed tonight. So thank you very much. And we hope that you all will still consider making donations and be generous tonight. You know, the next song that we're going to do, actually, we had a lot of fun. We had an opportunity to work in our community with an organization called Rapid Home. They provide service within the community, support for anything that you might imagine that you need help with, whether
For
it's
senior
seniors,
yes.
you know, driving them to their appointments, helping them get their groceries. They're just, I don't know, they are just amazing people and leaders. And so we got together back in April of 2020 and wrote the song called Together Again. And, you know, yeah, it's all COVID related, but it's just something that is now common among all of us. This is a common thread that we've all have experienced.
And I think with this song is called Together Again, and about dreaming of the time when we're together again. And of course, we wrote it early on in COVID and figured by now we'd all be together again. And we recorded this song. We have a new album of Kid Panelli. I think there's one on top of the speaker there, maybe, Cheryl.
Yes, I'll reach it.
We recorded a new album of songs that we wrote during COVID, mostly with kids. This is the only one we didn't write with kids. It's called Maybe by Next Year. And we released it back in December. And I hope it's not maybe by next year again until we can all get back together.
Wow.
But anyway, thanks to all the people who increased our average age for songwriting, since we usually write with elementary school kids.
Yeah, now we can say we write with everybody.
We do.
We write with everybody.
From 3 to 103.
There you go.
All kids.
All kids. I'm dreaming of a time when we're together again. We don't have to stay 6 feet away. When we can touch, we can hug. We're waiting for that miracle drug. Together again. No school, no sports, no movies to go to, no Easter sunrise service, only faith will do. It would be so grand if I could hold your hand. My heart would surely skip if I could only kiss your lips. I'm dreaming of a time when we're together again. When we don't have to stay 6 feet away. When we can touch, we can hug. We're waiting for that miracle drug. Together again. The cafe's closed and I don't cook very well. I'm doing my own hair and I look like hell. My kids are always home. I long to be alone. I hope this curse will pass, but for now I'll fill my glass. I'm dreaming of a time when we're together again. When we don't have to stay 6 feet away. When we can touch, we can hug. Yes, we're waiting for that miracle drug. Together again. Together again. Together again. Together again. Yay, Paul!
We're together again.
We're together again.
We've been together nonstop.
We've been together nonstop, yeah. You know, and I'll share just a little story. My mom and dad always shared this with me too. My mom and dad, they live in Manassas, and have been very careful during the time of COVID. And my mom looks at me and she says, your dad and I, we don't see too many people out. We're not able to go out for our walks, but we talk, we share stories, we talk about when we were kids. And she says, it's really a good thing we like each other. That is a really good thing.
It's a good thing we like each other too.
And so I come home and I say, you know what, Paul? It's really a good thing we like each other.
Yeah.
But it's true. It's forced us all to really build stronger relationships and to learn how to communicate and learn how to find safe space in our own homes. A little bit of alone time. So let's swing it back. I think we're going to swing it one more time.
Yep.
And Patty, and then John, you're going to close us out. All right?
Okie dokie.
All right. So,
Thanks so much, you guys.
See the cop, have felt safe and protected by the cops, and appeal to them is really interesting. And I think the different.
Someone's muted there.
okay.
It's all right,
Let's
Paul.
all-
And there we go.
Let's all speak in tongues.
Oh my God.
One, two.
No. All right, Patty, what are you going to play for us?
All right. Well, this song, I wanted to write a fun song, and then, my friend, I had one friend at this time throwing around this one saying, just saying, she would always go, "Oh, that's so awesome sauce." My friend Wendy, who might be watching, and I didn't hear it anywhere else in the world, so I wrote a song called "Awesome Sauce," and now I hear it everywhere. But this is also in a movie called Turnover that you can watch, I think, on Netflix or Amazon Prime. But anyway, if you could picture it, the band's playing, the second line, New Orleans beat. It's called Awesome Sauce, in case you didn't get that. There's an ancient recipe that's passed on down to me, and I'm here to share it with you, so you might just believe. Sweet your couscous in the morning, spice your etouffee at night. If a little dab don't do you, baby, then you ain't making it right. Powerful concoction that'll blow your blues away. It's a spice of life that makes a wrong turn right. It's a more bitter day. Take a big old pot of sunshine, a little Johnny Cockaroo, some frankincense, a black cat bone, the best of good juju. Stir in holy water, what's good in me and you, and bless it with the Cajun prayer too. Awesome sauce, awesome sauce, yeah, awesome sauce. Talk about awesome sauce. Awesome sauce in the morning, awesome sauce at noon, awesome sauce in my bubble bath. I've some awesome sauce on you. It fertilizes love, it neutralizes hate, untangles all the tangled thoughts that could really trip us up. So take a big old pot of sunshine, a little Johnny Cockaroo, frankincense, a black cat bone, really good juju. Stir in holy water, what's good in me and you. Bless it with the Cajun prayer too. Talk about awesome sauce, awesome sauce, yeah, awesome sauce. Talk about awesome sauce. Yeah, awesome sauce. Awesome sauce on your king cake, awesome sauce on your Westmouth steak. I know it was bad, but it's gonna be better. Awesome sauce is gonna improve the weather. It'll immunize, it's gonna stimulate. Let me emphasize, it's no surprise. The stuff that it works is advertised. You take a big old pot of sunshine, a little Johnny Cockaroo, some frankincense, a black cat bone, and the best of good juju. Stir in holy water, what's good in me and you. Bless it with the Cajun prayer too. souls. Hey, you awesome souls. Yeah, awesome sauce. Talk about awesome sauce. Awesome sauce in your coffee. Awesome sauce in my tea. Awesome sauce on that angry boss. It helps the birds and bees. Awesome sauce in your dog. Oh, awesome sauce on my cat. Awesome sauce on your torn-up jeans and your favorite Sunday head. I'm talking about awesome sauce. Awesome sauce is a healer. Awesome sauce. Awesome sauce. Awesome sauce. That's right. Awesome.
Awesome sauce. So, you know what? You wrote that for what show?
Well, it's in a movie called Turnover, but I really wrote it for my album called Let in the Sun. But
So, do you write with Donna?
Donna and I co-wrote a song for a movie that's going to be coming out this winter called #Blessed, and it's called Deep in the Heart of the Holiday.
That's great. That's
Awesome.
great. It's a great video too.
Oh, yeah. Filmed at Movie Mansion right here.
I love it. I love it. So exciting. You know what? It's just been such a joy, Patty, to have you with us tonight. I'm just so glad we got to know you and had you here, and everyone's just loving it. Loving it.
Well, thank you for
Right on.
inviting me. Thank you, John, too, for sending me their way, or however that worked out. But I really appreciate it. This has been wonderful.
Got it. Hey, play that riff again from that last tune.
Not in the right time, though.
Is it holding together?
No.
No.
It's close. It's close, but no.
It's funny. It kind of sounds like it's working from my perspective,
No,
but
I thought that was.
Ryan's got the.
that's kind of weird.
It's been as close
Well,
as we've heard.
Yeah, well, that was good timing, John. Playing it like 2 seconds after her, it worked out really well.
Oh, that was why funk doesn't work with a little time, but if it's right in time, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. It sounds all right here.
Yeah. It's close. It's close, but
It can't be it can't. Yeah, it ain't horseshoes.
All right, John. It has been just
Take us home.
what an evening. Take us home,
Yes.
man.
Big thanks to everybody who joined us tonight.
Yeah, seriously. Thanks for taking some time on a Sunday night. Can't imagine a better way to spend it, frankly. Because when it's 9 degrees, my son Ben's mom, Margot, one time she said, what temperature is it? I said, it's 6. She said, that's not a temperature, that's a number. And when it's 9 degrees, you kind of got to create your own front porch in your mind. So we'll do that right now. How's that? Let me see if I can step on. Once again, I'm stepping up to the plate. Strike one. I can't remember what I had to do today. Right on. I think I'll make an iced tea and ponder. There's something in it for me. I wonder on the front porch. Nobody knows I'm a little down. On the front porch, sitting counting the cars heading into town. 'Cause it's a catbird seat on the side of the road. I'm gonna wave to people I might never know and let the sun shine on my feet on the front porch. Mm-hmm. She had to know absolutely where she stood with me. Yeah. I told her that she's getting everything that's good for free. She jumped right out of her chair and she hollered, "Come on, Daddy, play fair. Give me $10 on the front porch. Nobody knows you're a little down. On the front porch, sit counting the cars heading into town. 'Cause it's a catbird seat on the side of the road. I'm gonna wave to people you might never know, and let the sunshine on your feet on the front porch." All right, trumpet. Think I'll make an iced tea and ponder, is something in it for me? I wonder. On the front porch, nobody knows I'm a little down. On the front porch, sit counting the cars heading into town. On the front porch, nobody knows I'm a little down. On the front porch, sit counting the cars heading into town. 'Cause it's a catbird seat on the side of the road. I'm gonna wave to people I might never know, and let sunshine on my feet on the front porch. 'Cause it's a catbird seat on the side of the road. I'll wave goodbye to people I might never know, and let the sunshine on my feet on the front porch.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, here's what we're going to do. This is so much fun. I don't want it to end, but I think what we'll do is I'm going to just play. I'm going to show you who's going to be playing next for us, and also tell you about In Your Ears concerts. And then we're just going to stick on and have a little party in the Zoom living room, BYOB. And you can ask questions, and you can heckle the artists, and all of you who know Jon have probably lots to say about him. And I'm going to get to know Patty better. So
Paul,
it was what I said about getting vulnerable, wasn't it?
yes, it was.
What's that, Ryan?
Oh, when you get a second, you can stop the live stream as well.
Okay, thank you. Let's see.
So thank you, everyone. Hang around.